Hi, we all have what you see here, bits of pieces of scraps that we've used on projects, and sometimes they get tossed away into some type of organizing bin, or sometimes we throw them away. But what I am going to try and do is to do a simple layout using these scraps of paper that I had from a recent project. And so I want you to come back and tune in and see what I did with this project. And as you can see, there's just a lot of collections of different things. And I may not use all of these, but I'm going to try to use as many of them as I can, and try to get these scrap pieces into some type of organization. So come back and join me. So here we go. Here is my layout. And as you can see, I used most of the scraps of paper that I had left. These were 2 tags that were left in the scrap, and I used those as a photo mat. Tied some sparkly ribbon there and some flat ribbon. And over here are 2 tabs that are from the Tim Holtz collection, Sizzix, and I just added some 7 Gypsies stickers on top. I backed my picture with some pattern paper, and this was a discard in the scrap pack, and so I just used that as an accent piece. And over here, this was a negative from a cutout of one of my from one of my electronic cutting machines, and I used a rubber stamp for drawing. And here's a piece of pattern paper that was left, as well as here I punched out a flower, and so I used the negative part of that and added a brad. And here's another picture of my granddaughter, and I matted that. And this dark piece, this black piece, was also from the scrap pile of scraps that I had. And this I cut using my Cricut cartridge, Graphically Speaking, and it was the jumbled words. And this is also from a Cricut cartridge. I can't remember what that was, but it was in one of the discard piles I had. And this is a negative of one of the Cricut cartridges called Flower Shop. And so I just made a little roll flower with that. And let's see, all of the pattern paper is from the Persnickety, which is from Paper Studio, which is exclusive to Hobby Lobby. And let's see, what else? I had used this paper to make a mini album, and that probably is the video before this video. And so I had some of those papers left over, and I wanted to use them to make something instead of throwing them away. And so this is the project. This is my layout. So let me know what you think.